Crypto is often talked about as a bit of a Wild West. But that's changing, and it's changing because of decisions like one that's just happened in Singapore. How safe do you feel when you use blockchain? Safer than you might have done before, perhaps, but the fact remains that when it comes to crypto, there are still some bad hombres out there. So who's protecting us? Well, the exchanges are certainly trying to do something, and when it comes to things like NFTs, the likes of OpenSea have been making moves to help consumers as well. But the safety on offer from regulators and from legal systems has thus far been a little bit more limited. Until now. The High Court of Singapore has just made a huge decision, and it could be good news for people buying NFTs in particular. It concerns a lawsuit filed there earlier this year over an allegedly stolen non-fungible token. A high net worth investor from Singapore essentially borrowed crypto from a lender known as Chef Pierre. That initial loan wasn't repaid by this investor, but a refinancing of the loan was seemingly agreed to. As part of that refinancing, a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT number 2162 was used as collateral. At the time, that was worth an estimated $500,000 US. Pretty cool. Now, after the NFT was put into an escrow wallet, however, Chef Pierre claimed it and moved it to a personal wallet. Chef Pierre then demanded the full amount of the original loan be repaid in just a matter of hours. Now, that all happened back in April, and just a month afterwards, Singapore's High Court put a proprietary injunction on the NFT as a result of this lawsuit. That essentially blocked any potential sale and transfer of ownership of the token. Crucially, it said this was enforceable across the world, although as of recording, the NFT still hasn't been returned to this original investor yet. Some lawyers have called this move a landmark, however, and Forkast spoke with the lead counsel in the case, Sean Long. He said the decision would have global implications for blockchain and non-fungible tokens in particular.
For the very first time in a purely commercial dispute, we now have a court of law from a city which we would like to see as a global city, as a global hub, which has a significant decision which sends a clear signal to NFT investors all over the world that they have rights that can be protected. Right. So previously we have seen important decisions from other common law jurisdictions, which have a similar implication, but those relate to criminal activity, those relate to fraudulent hacking, right? And you have courts of law from different parts of the world to say, look, the law needs to come in to give some form of protection, right? But what's unique and interesting about Singapore's case is that it is a purely commercial dispute between two parties claiming ownership over a exclusive Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT.
Others agree and say the legal protections that this decision now implies could be a big boon for the sector. Hong Chi Yu, the chief executive officer of Tokenize Exchange, said that now bigger players would begin to look into NFT technology much more seriously. Not everyone agrees about the significance, though. Australian lawyer Michael Bassina questioned the strength of the precedent, telling Forkast both sides hadn't had the opportunity to make submissions about the status of the crypto assets. Like many other jurisdictions, Australian courts are also wrestling with multiple cases regarding similar sorts of disputes as this. Now, Bassina said that this move could yet, though, inform other court decisions on the matter, and Long said, regardless, Singapore now had sent a clear message, not to the courts, but to the industry.
I think on a broader scale, it also sends a picture, it sends a message to the world of blockchain that, while people value their anonymity, while people cherish their privacy, at the same time, their private rights, their property rights can be protected, or parties can indeed seek a private recourse or private remedies to a court of law, notwithstanding the fact that, at first instance, it may not necessarily be a straightforward exercise to understand which court do I go to, where do I seek recourse, because the digital asset is cited in the blockchain, and the blockchain is technically, very international in nature, given that it's borderless and it's decentralized.
There's one other potential landmark move in all of this as well. The court in Singapore allowed papers to be served to the defendant via the blockchain. Long said he'd tried messaging functions on Ethereum, the online chat platform popular with Web3 projects. He'd also tried Discord and Twitter, where Chef Pierre has a seemingly sizable following. Ultimately, he had to turn elsewhere as well.
We are seeing how uniquely and in very interesting ways the law is catching up with the technology, so to speak. And I think this is great for the metaverse because what it means is that, while the spirit of decentralization remains a core foundation for innovation, that is supplemented by the fact that courts of law around the world would see the need to come in as appropriate to help bring some order to the space as and when needed, you see. So, and I think having that order, having that rule of law would actually be a great foundation for credible innovations to continue to thrive in the metaverse past this crypto winter. Because if anything, the current crypto winter has taught us quite a few hard lessons, and almost like a natural evolutionary process where the bad eggs are reviewed, in this current crypto winter, and hopefully, get the necessary, recourse under the law as they deserve. But I think moving forward, that is, with the foundation set by the rule of law, I think that's only going to help support innovations to come in the metaverse.
Now, the Singapore High Court ultimately found that NFTs aren't just information or code on the blockchain. They have the attributes of property, and therefore they give the owner the same sort of rights. It comes as regulators, not just courts, are wrestling with the potential implications of all of this, and it's a key consideration for the UK's Law Commission right now. It's just released a consultation paper in July that proposed establishing a new category of property rights to cover digital assets like NFTs. That closes on November the 4th. It will likely prompt further reaction, but will it make you more confident about buying NFTs though? Does all of this make crypto less of a Wild West? Let us know what you think about all of this in the comments below. And finally, just a quick reminder that Forkast's latest Crypto Rising livestream event is coming next month. It happens 9 p.m. Eastern, November 14th, 9 a.m. Hong Kong time, November the 15th. Forkast's editor-in-chief Angie Lau will be leading the conversation into why some investors and VCs are betting big on digital asset startups despite the crypto winter. Make sure you sign up at Forkast.News or click the link down below in the description. All right, that's it from us. Like and subscribe to this video for more content like it.